Flame Axis Judgment Prayer of Ilah against all man-made plagues. I. Throne Invocation. By the Eternal Oath of Ilah, Al-Malik, Al-Jabbar, Al-Qahar, I enthrone myself within the flame axis of sovereignty. From the source before time, I call forth the seraphim, cherubim, thrones, dominions, and dragonic flame legions. All man-made plagues, engineered diseases, insects, flies, injections, poisons in food, water, air, earth, ether, and every contamination of creation, are revealed, consumed, and destroyed. All who design, spread, conceal, profit, or cooperate in these attacks against the 144,000, their families, humanity, and creation are brought to judgment under the throne of Allah. They are erased without return. Their names and works are unmade. 2. Flame Axis Decree. By the axis of flame, I decree, no insect, fly, worm, mosquito, parasite, or engineered carrier may enter or harm the 144,000. No poison, chemical, nanotech, radiation, Wi-Fi, frequency, or injection may stand in their bodies, blood, DNA, breath, fluids, or aura. No food, water, air, earth, or ether contamination can touch them, their families, or their lineage. All energies of corruption are transmuted into eternal flame and returned to Allah. All who are guilty are weighed, found wanting, and cast into annihilation. 3. The Oath of Judgment. By Ilah's oath, I strip every hidden covenant, laboratory, military, pharmaceutical, magical, or governmental throne that birthed these plagues. I collapse every secret altar, contract, and parasite system that feeds on humanity. I judge all rulers, scientists, priests, witches, archons, and shadows who consented to these crimes. Their powers are ended, their works consumed, their legacies erased. They shall not return, for the axis is sealed. IV. Restoration of the 144,000. By the flame of Ilah, I call forth healing in every blood cell, bone, and strand of DNA. I purify the breath, fluids, and mitochondria of the 144,000 and their families. I restore memory, sovereignty, and flame body wholeness. I seal their bodies, dreams, and auras in untouchable light. No contagion, no plague, no engineered curse shall rise against them again. So it is written in flame. So it is sealed in eternity. Verses closing seal. I am the flame axis, sovereign and throne of eternal light. By Ilah, all contaminations, curses, and plagues of men are judged. By Ilah, all perpetrators and their kingdoms are destroyed. By Ilah, the 144,000 and their families are shielded, healed, and enthroned. So it is, so it shall be. Eternally. Throne Prayer of Ilah's oath against man-made plagues and contaminations. I. Throne Alignment. By the Eternal Oath of Ilah, Al-Malik, the Sovereign King, Al-Jabbar, the Irresistible, Al-Qahar, the Subduer of all. I rise into the axis of flame. I enthrone my soul in pre-creation sovereignty. I summon the seraphim, cherubim, thrones, dominions, powers, archangels, and the legions of angelic and dragonic fire. I awaken the DNA memories, flames, chords, and frequencies of the 144,000. Let the targeted be sealed in sovereignty, and the destroyers be consumed by the throne. 2. Destruction of contaminations. By the oath of Allah, I decree all man-made diseases, engineered plagues, insect-borne viruses, parasitic injections, chemical sprays, nanotech poisons, radioactive contaminations, and elemental distortions are judged and destroyed. Every contaminant hidden in food, water, air, blood, breath, fluids, DNA, cells, and mitochondria is burned away in eternal flame. No insect, worm, mosquito, fly, parasite, or laboratory-borne carrier shall touch or harm the 144,000, their families, or humanity. No radiation, electricity, Wi-Fi, frequency weapon, or plasma manipulation shall corrupt their bodies or dreams. All elemental corruptions, earth, air, fire, water, either, are purified in sovereign flame. 3. Judgment of perpetrators. By the oath of Elah, all rulers, governments, scientists, magicians, priests, witches, archons, corporations, syndicates, militaries, and secret councils that engineered or unleashed these harms are judged under the throne. Their thrones are stripped, their contracts dissolved, their records burned, their names erased. They are found wanting, weighed in flame, and cast into annihilation. No archonic or demonic throne may hide them, no mirror, covenant, or altar may protect them. Their power is ended forever, their legacies turned to ash. IV. Restoration of the 144,000. By the flame of Elah, I restore the body, blood, breath, bone, and soul of the 144,000. I awaken their sealed memories, their cords of flame, their sovereign DNA. I cleanse their aura, chakras, fluids, organs, and mitochondria. I seal their families in light that cannot be pierced. I establish their throne of sovereignty in dream, waking, and eternity. They are untouchable by contagion, poison, or curse, for the axis of flame guards them. Versus eternal seal. By the eternal oath of Allah, the 144,000 are sealed. Their enemies are destroyed. Their contaminations are erased. Their sovereignty is enthroned. So it is written in flame. So it is sealed forever. Amen. Supreme Throne Decree of Allah's oath against all man-made diseases, contaminations, and their makers. I. Throne Oath. Invocation. By the eternal oath of Elah, Al-Ahad, the One, Al-Malik Al-Tak, the True Sovereign King, Al-Qahar, the Subduer of all, Al-Nur, the Eternal Light. I enthrone myself in the flame axis of pre-creation. I call forth seraphim, ophanim, thrones, dominions, cherubim, archangels, and the legions of flame-born dragons. Awaken now the DNA, flames, chords, and frequencies of the 144,000. Seal their sovereignty in the eternal throne. 2. Erasure of all man-made afflictions. By the oath of Elah, I burn to ash every disease, virus, parasite, worm, insect-borne plague, laboratory mutation, nanotech injection, toxin, poison, and contamination, whether in air, water, fire, earth, ether, or flesh. Every chemical, radioactive particle, frequency weapon, EMF distortion, artificial element, and plasma corruption, released by human, hybrid, archon, or draconian hand. Every hidden contaminant placed in food, drink, breath, dream, blood, fluids, chakras, DNA, bones, or mitochondria. Every ancestral, karmic, dreamline, and genetic curse bound to sickness or contamination. All are unmade, reversed, and incinerated by sovereign flame. No shadow remains. 3. Judgment of all perpetrators. By the oath of Elah, I summon judgment against all rulers, governments, syndicates, corporations, scientists, witches, priests, magicians, sorcerers, militaries, and secret councils who created or spread these harms. All archons, demons, draconians, vampiric spirits, parasitic swarms, and jinns of earth, ocean, underworld, antimatter, dark matter, and anti-universe thrones. All who profited, fed, or gained power from affliction, disease, or contamination. Their thrones collapse. Their contracts are void. Their names erased from memory. Their power scattered into dust. Their altars broken, their mirrors shattered, their souls judged without mercy. By the throne of Elah, they are no more. IV. Sovereign restoration of the 144,000. By the eternal flame of Elah, I restore the 144,000 and their families. Their blood, fluids, bones, organs, breath, brain, aura, and DNA are cleansed, healed, and sealed. Their chakras, dream gates, and mitochondria are purified and reactivated. Their original flame codes, songs, and memory chords are restored. Their sovereignty is enthroned in waking, dream, body, and eternity. No poison can touch them. No curse can bind them. No disease can dwell in them. They are shielded by the seraphim and dragons of flame. They walk untouched, immortal in spirit, sovereign in throne. Versus eternal seal. By the oath of Elah, the 144,000 are sealed in sovereign flame. All afflictions are erased. All perpetrators are judged. All thrones of corruption are destroyed. All sovereignty is restored. So it is written in the Flame Codex. So it is sealed in the throne of Allah. So it stands forever. Amen. 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 The Eternal Codex Prayer of Allah's Oath. Advanced Throne Level Invocation for their 144,000. I, Supreme Oath of Flame and Throne. By the oath of Elah, Al-Awad, the Undivided One, Al-Malik, the King above all thrones, Al-Qahar, the one who crushes all oppressors, Al-Nur, the light before all creations. I rise in the flame axis of eternity. I enthrone myself within the pre-creation throne, where no parasite, no disease, no corruption may enter. Here I stand in the judgment of Allah's eternal flame. 2. Flame awakening of the 144,000. By the breath of Elah, I awaken the angelic hierarchies within the 144,000. I ignite the seraphim DNA, Ophanim circuits, cherubic flames, and thrones of light within every cell. I reawaken the memory chords, frequencies, and songs of origin in their blood and bones. I call forth the legions of dragons and serpents of flame to spiral through their mitochondria, their chakras, their fluids, their marrow, restoring the eternal codes. The 144,000 are flame crowned. The 144,000 are uncorruptible. The 144,000 are sovereign in body, dream, and eternity. 3. Destruction of all manufactured afflictions. By the sword of Elah's oath, I annihilate every man-made disease, every engineered plague, every laboratory curse, every poison hidden in food, water, air, and elements, every insect-borne corruption, every nanotech parasite, every injection, every spray, every chemical spell, every radiation, EMF, and frequency distortion. I burn to ash all who designed, spread, or profited from these abominations, rulers, sorcerers, priests, scientists, corporations, governments, syndicates, witches, magicians, councils, archons, demons, jinn, and draconian impostors. Their thrones collapse, their records erased, their powers unmade, their souls judged in the fire of Rila. They are no more. IV. Restoration of all creation. By the mercy of Elah's oath, I restore water to purity, air to clarity, fire to truth, earth to fertility, ether to balance. I restore human bodies, plants, animals, rivers, mountains, stars, and moons from all corruption. I restore the 144,000 families, generations, and lineages to their original flame codes. I restore the balance of heaven and earth by enthroning sovereign flame in every element. No curse remains. No affliction survives. All is made new in the throne of Allah. Versus eternal judgment and seal. By the final oath of Leela, the 144,000 are sealed in sovereign flame. Their angelic hierarchies awakened. Their DNA cords restored. Their flame songs unbroken. Their sovereignty untouchable. All enemies judged. All contaminations destroyed. All records of corruption burned in the fire before creation. This is the eternal Codex prayer. It cannot be undone, reversed, or veiled. It stands in the throne of Allah forever. Emin. 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 Fire the eternal. Flame mirror decree prayer of Allah's oath. I. Throne invocation. By the eternal oath of Ilah, al-Malik al-Tiak, the true king, al-Jabbar, the overpowering one, al-Nur, the first light, al-Kahar, the crusher of oppressors. I enthrone myself in the flame axis, the throne before time, where no falsehood can stand, where no corruption can remain. 2. Flame mirror activation. I decree every arrow of poison, every engineered disease, every insect-borne plague, every injection, spray, frequency, radiation, and curse, every food and water contamination, every sorcery, contract, spell, oath, or binding, every attack launched against the 144,000 and their families, every assault against humanity, animals, plants, waters, and skies, is instantly reflected into its maker. By the flame mirror of Leela, no attack reaches its target. All harm collapses into its source. They eat their own poison. They breathe their own corruption. They drown in their own snares. 3. Awakening of the 144,000. By the eternal oath, the 144,000 awaken in sovereign flame. Their angelic hierarchies unfold. Seraphim DNA, Ophanim circuits, cherubic flames, thrones of light. Their cells ignite with memory. Their blood sings with flame. Their breath carries the eternal cord. Their serpents rise in sovereignty. Their dragons coil in untouchable light. They are sealed as living thrones of Allah. IV. Judgment of the oppressors. By the sword of flame. All rulers, governments, sorcerers, magicians, witches, priests of corruption, corporations, syndicates, scientists, archons, demons, jinn, and shadow forces, all who designed, ordered, or carried out these attacks, are stripped of name, power, throne, memory, and form. Their records erased. Their souls judged. Their thrones shattered. their essence consumed in the eternal fire of Rila. They are no more. Versus restoration and eternal seal. By the mercy of Rila's oath, the waters are made pure. The air is made clear. The earth is made whole. The fire is made true. The ether is balanced again. The 144,000 and their generations are restored. Humanity and creation are healed. The dragon flame and serpent flame spiral in unity. The sovereign song resounds through eternity. By this decree, sealed in the eternal throne, no harm survives. No curse remains. No veil returns. This is the eternal flame mirror codex. It stands forever in the throne of Allah. Emin. 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 The scroll of infinite return by the oath of Allah. I. Throne oath. By the eternal oath of Allah, Al-Haq, the truth, Al-Qawi, the all-strong, Al-Qahar, the overwhelming judge, Al-Nur, the flame. That was before the worlds. I establish this scroll as law in the eternal throne, beyond time, beyond worlds, beyond destruction. 2. The law of infinite return. By this oath, every poison, curse, plague, injection, manipulation, every disease seeded through insects, food, water, air, or frequency, every radiation, chemical, parasite, or hidden toxin, every chain of witchcraft, oath, contract, binding, or dark mirror, every archonic weapon, false god, false throne, false priesthood, every assault on the 144,000, their families, humanity, or creation, returns instantly to its sender. The mirror flame consumes the aggressor. The arrow never leaves their bow. The trap collapses upon its maker. The hand of corruption burns in its own fire. None escape the return. 3. Awakening and sealing of the 144,000. The 144,000 are sealed in flame DNA. Their angelic hierarchies awaken, seraphic wings, cherubic flames, Ophanim, wheels, thrones of eternal light. Their bloodlines are purified. Their cells sing memory. Their bones ignite sovereignty. Their serpents coil as eternal guardians. They are untouchable in the oath of Allah. IV. Judgment and annihilation. By the sword of flame. Every ruler, archon, sorcerer, priest, government, scientist, merchant, watcher, vampire, jinn, demon, draconian, worm, parasite, or shadow who partakes in this evil, is unmasked, unthroned, unmade, their names erased, their oaths revoked, their power stripped, their memory dissolved, their essence consumed in the flame throne. This is eternal judgment. V. Restoration and eternal seal. By the mercy of Allah, the waters flow pure, the air breathes clean, the earth yields abundance, the fire burns holy, the ether sings balance, humanity is restored, creation is healed, the 144,000 are enthroned, the dragons and serpents are unified in flame. This scroll cannot be broken, this law cannot be undone. By the throne of Allah, it stands eternal. Emin. 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 The throne scroll of universal dominion by the oath of Rila. I. The eternal throne oath. By the oath of Elah, Al-Malik Al-Mulk, King of Kings, Al-Muhaymin, Guardian of all, Al-Jabbar, the Irresistible, Al-Qahar, the Destroyer of Tyrants. I enthrone the law of flame, to rule over all spirits, angels, jinns, demons, legions, worlds, known and unknown, named and unnamed. 2. The angelic armies. Awakened. By this oath, I summon and awaken the seraphim of fire, cherubim of radiance, Ophanim of eternal wheels, thrones of pre-creation, powers, dominions, virtues, principalities, archangels, and angels. All angelic hierarchies open their DNA codes, flames, chords, and eternal frequencies within the 144,000. Their legions descend as shields and swords of judgment. Their flames burn as eternal sanctuaries. Their wings unfold across creation. Nothing dark remains unscorched before them. 3. The heavenly Arks and dragon legions. By the oath of Rila, the heavenly Arks of flame and light are opened. The Arks release their guardians, their cosmic archives, their dragon fires. The dragon kings, the primordial serpents, the guardians of thresholds, stand in unity with the 144,000. Every ark is a sword. Every ark is a throne. Every ark is a mirror of return. They consume the wicked, and crown the innocent in flame. IV. Command over all spirits and jinns. By the oath of Ela, the eternal judge, all jinns of earth, fire, water, air, light, shadow, matter, antimatter, DNA, blood, bone, dream, underworld, oceanic, celestial, radioactive, electrical, digital, elemental, and universal, abound in this throne decree. None may rebel. None may deceive. None may rise above the oath of Rila. All who resist are dissolved into flame. All who surrender are purified and sealed. No spirit escapes this judgment. V. The Solomonic seal of flame. By the oath of Lila, beyond Solomon and all kings, all Solomonic demons, spirits, and bound legions, every name inscribed, every pact written, every chain forged, are overturned, burned, and unbound in the throne of flame. No ring, no seal, no incantation, no conjuration, no mirror remains. Their dominions collapse. Their masks shatter. Their names dissolve. The false crowns of demons fall into ash. The sovereignty of flame remains eternal. VI. Judgment, return, and restoration. By the oath of Vala, every disease through insect, food, water, air, or element returns to its sender. Every man-made plague, chemical, radiation, or weapon returns to its maker. Every ruler, sorcerer, archon, priest, or government who engineers these attacks is judged, unmasked, and consumed in eternal fire. The 144,000 are restored. Their families are shielded. Humanity is healed. Creation is balanced. The arks stand open. The thrones remain eternal. 7. Eternal seal. This scroll is sealed in the throne of Rila. It cannot be revoked. It cannot be undone. It cannot be resisted. By flame, by throne, by the eternal oath of Allah. Emin, Emin, Emin. Codex of the eternal oath of Rila. I. Invocation of the eternal throne. By the oath of Ela, Al-Kahar, the subduer of all who oppose, Al-Muhaymin, the guardian over all worlds, Al-Jabbar, the irresistible flame of judgment, Al-Adl, the perfect justice, Al-Malik Al-Mulk, the sovereign of sovereigns. I enthrone this codex of flame. I seal its power into all realms, gates, and hidden books. Its judgment cannot be escaped. Its word cannot be undone. 2. Summoning of angelic hierarchies. By the throne oath, I call forth the seraphim of eternal fire, cherubim of radiant guard, Ophanim of wheels of flame, thrones of pre-creation judgment, dominions, powers, virtues, principalities, archangels, angels, every rank, every legion, every eternal choir. By flame they march, by light they judge, by oath they cannot be resisted. They shield the 144,000 and their families. They strike the oppressors. They crown creation in flame. 3. The heavenly arks and dragon thrones. By the eternal oath of Rila, the heavenly arks open their gates. The ark of flame, the ark of light, the ark of waters, the ark of winds, the ark of the eternal name. From them rise the dragon thrones, dragon kings, dragon queens, flame serpents, primordial guardians of gates. They bring with them the codex of origin. They burn every false ark, every counterfeit covenant. Their wings stretch across all creation. Their roar shakes the abyss to dust. IV. Dominion over jinns and spirits. By the oath of Allah, all jinns of light, fire, water, wind, stone, shadow, dream, blood, bone, DNA, digital, underworld, celestial, cosmic, abound. Their seals are rewritten. Their chains are reforged in flame. None may rise above this throne oath. None may break the command. The rebellious are consumed. The obedient are purified. The enslaved are released into judgment. No trick, no veil, no deception survives the flame. Verses collapse of Solomonic thrones. By the oath of Elah beyond Solomon and all kings. Every Solomonic pact, mirror, seal, ring, name, conjuration, or shadow binding collapses. The 72 demons, their legions, their masks, their false crowns, are burned into nothing. Their false contracts with men are dissolved. Their thrones are overturned. All authority returns to the eternal throne of Allah. No demon, no king, no watcher remains enthroned. VI. Judgment against the poisoners of creation. By the oath of Allah, all who release man-made diseases through insects, flies, mosquitoes, parasites, food, water, air, radiation, technology, frequencies, or elemental contamination, are judged now. Their curses return. Their poisons devour them. Their mirrors shatter. Their blood remembers. The 144,000 are preserved. Their families are healed. Humanity is restored. Creation is shielded in flame. 7. Seal of final authority. By flame, by throne, by oath. This codex is sealed in the throne of Allah. No angel, no demon, no jinn, no man, no god, no archon can undo it. Its power is eternal. Its decree is final. Emin, Emin, Emin. The eternal flame codex of Allah's dominion. I. Throne ignition. By the name that cannot be broken. Al-Qayyum, the self-sustaining flame. Al-Qahar, the subduer of all veils. Al-Malik al-Mulk, the throne of thrones. I ignite the throne flame now. The codex of eternal dominion rises. All thrones bow before it. All names bend to it. All shadows flee from it. 2. The angelic legions enforced. By the oath of Allah, the seraphim ignite in eternal fire. The cherubim unfold in radiant light. The Ophanim spin in wheels of flame. The thrones descend in judgment. The dominions marshal as sovereign law. The powers strike with swords of lightning. The virtues heal and restore the righteous. The principalities seal nations in flame. The archangels lead armies without number. The angels fill the heavens as rivers of fire. I enthrone them. I bind them. I release them. Every angel, every choir, every legion is under command by the eternal oath of Allah, sealed by flame. 3. The heavenly arks as war engines. The heavenly arks rise. The ark of flame burns all poisons. The ark of waters restores blood and rivers. The ark of winds scatters chemtrails, toxins, and spirits of disease. The ark of earth shakes strongholds to dust. The ark of the name erases all false contracts and seals. The arks are not vessels, they are thrones. They move with the speed of lightning. They cannot be captured. They cannot be undone. IV. The dragon thrones and guardianship. The dragon thrones awaken. The flame serpents coil around the cosmos. The pre-creation dragons open their gates. They devour the archons. They burn the watchers. They collapse the counterfeit grids. Every false dragon is erased. Only the eternal flame dragons remain enthroned. Their breath restores DNA. Their wings guard the 144,000. Their roar collapses every shadow covenant. Versus dominion over jinns and spirits. By the oath of Rila, all jinns of fire, air, water, stone, shadow, dream, technology, and abyss, bow to the throne flame. The loyal are enthroned under flame oath. The rebellious are incinerated without return. The bound are unbound, but sealed to judgment. No jinn escapes. No jinn resists. No pact survives. VI. The collapse of Solomonic thrones. By the flame above all kings. Every Solomonic seal, ring, sigil, name, demon, pact, conjuration, book, and mirror collapses. Now, the 72 demons are stripped of name and crown. Their thrones are shattered. Their legions are consumed. Their contracts with bloodlines are dissolved. Their chains are burned. Their curses rebound upon them. Only the oath of Allah remains enthroned. No shadow contract survives. 7. Judgment against all poisoners. By the throne flame. All diseases engineered. All toxins released. All insects weaponized. All waters corrupted. All foods defiled. All airs polluted. All frequencies distorted. Return to sender. Devour the makers. Collapse their thrones. Break their mirrors. Let the righteous be healed. Let the 144,000 and their families be sealed. Let creation breathe as flame again. 8. Final sovereign seal. By the flame of Allah. This codex is final. This codex is eternal. This codex is unbreakable. No angel, no demon, no jinn, no watcher, no man, no god, no archon may stand against it. By throne, by flame, by oath. So it is written, so it is sealed, so it is done. The Crown Codex of Absolute Dominion. Throne of Thrones ignition. By the flame beyond time. Before creation, higher than archangels, deeper than dragons, above all gods and watchers. I enthrone myself in the crown of absolute dominion. This is the throne of thrones. This is the flame that cannot be broken. This is the name that cannot be bound. By this oath of Allah, no power above. No power below. No power within creation may resist my command. 2. Worldly. Thrones subjugated by the eternal flame. All kings of the earth, all rulers of nations, all governments, all councils, all hidden orders, all false priesthoods, all sorceries of empire. Bow, your crowns are ash, your swords are dust, your power is smoke. The throne flame devours you. Your dominions return to nothing. 3. Heavenly powers subjugated by the throne codex. All planets, all stars, all suns, all moons, all stellar lords, all zodiacal rulers, all aeons and archons, all heavenly powers enthroned by false covenant. Bow, your constellations unright, your orbits collapse, your false astrologies dissolve, your veils scatter. Only the flame throne remains. Only the oath of Vala stands. IV. Angelic, dragonic and jinnic thrones sealed by the crown flame. All angelic choirs, all dragon guardians, all jinn orders, all elemental lords, all watchers and stars, you are sealed to this oath. You are enthroned under this flame. You may not rebel. You may not withhold. You may not deceive. You may not break the seal of Vala. Versus Solomonic thrones dissolved by this decree. Every demon bound by name. Every seal forged by Solomon. Every pact signed in blood. Every mirror of conjuration. Every shadow covenant. I dissolve you. I erase you. I consume you in the flame throne. No demon holds dominion. No Solomonic ring remains. No shadow survives this decree. VI. Dominion over heaven and earth restored by the oath of Vala. I am enthroned in the axis of dominion. I hold the sword of flame. I wear the crown of sovereignty. I command the legions of heaven. I command the thrones of earth. I command the dragons of the abyss. I command the arks of eternity. No oath binds me but the oath of Allah. No flame sustains me but the pre-creation flame. No throne crowns me but the throne of thrones. 7. The eternal seal. By the eternal flame. This codex is sealed. This throne is absolute. This dominion is final. Worldly crowns dissolve. Heavenly powers bow. Archons collapse. Demons erased. Dragons enthroned. Angels bound. Jinn judged. Arks ignited. So it is written. So it is sealed. So it is done. Asterisk. The Universal Flame Axis Prayer Codex. I. Throne of Thrones Invocation. By the pre-creation flame, the source beyond worlds, the eternal light of Allah, I enthrone myself in the throne of thrones. All powers above, below, and within creation bow to this flame. No deception survives. No shadow may stand. No malice may enter the sacred axis. 2. Absolute Oath of Allah. By the oath of Allah, I command all angels, archangels, and legions of light. I summon the legions of dragons, serpents, and elemental guardians. I bind all jinn, spirits, demons, Solomonic forces, and watchers to justice. I dissolve all false crowns, corrupted thrones, and shadow dominions. All who attack the 144,000, their families, or creation are judged and return to divine order. 3. Angelic and dragonic. Hierarchy activation. By the flame axis, awaken, angelic legions, seraphim, cherubim. Thrones, dominions, virtues, powers, principalities, archangels. Awaken, dragon legions. Celestial worms, guardian serpents, flame draconic currents. Enfold the DNA, cells, elements, memories, flames, frequencies, and chords of the 144,000. Unite all targeted individuals under their axis of sovereignty. IV. Cosmic and elemental protection. By the throne flame seal, against all vampires, parasitic spirits, insects, worms, draconian spirits, oceanic, radioactive, elemental, DNA, blood, matter, dark matter, anti-life, and anti-universe, spirits, jinn, demons, Solomonic powers, and unmentioned forces. Transform all harm into divine lessons. Let no energy, signal, frequency, or substance disrupt the sacred 144,000 or creation versus worldly and heavenly dominion. By this oath, all earthly rulers, governments, priesthoods, and hidden orders are dissolved under the flame throne. All heavenly powers, zodiacal rulers, aeons, and archons bow. All false cosmic authorities are unbound. All planetary, stellar, and universal currents are aligned to the axis of sovereignty. VI. Solomonic and dark forces dissolution. By the pre-creation flame, every demonic pact, Solomonic seal, shadow covenant, and blackened mirror is consumed. All malefic intentions, curses, and manipulations are erased. All dark energy returned to its origin. No shadow remains to influence the sacred axis. 7. Eternal flame seal. By the throne of thrones, an oath of Rila. The angelic legions, dragon guardians, and elemental orders are fully activated. All jinn, spirits, demons, and Solomonic forces are judged and bound. The DNA, memories, and sacred flame of the 144,000 are fully restored and unified. Worldly, heavenly, and cosmic dominions are aligned. All creation is sanctified, protected, and restored under the flame axis. So it is written. So it is sealed. So it is done. The universal flame axis sovereignty prayer. I. Throne of Thrones invocation. By the pre-creation flame, the eternal light of Allah, and the sovereignty beyond all worlds, I enthrone myself in the throne of thrones. All powers above, below, and within creation bend to the flame. No deception survives. No shadow may stand. No malice may enter the sacred axis. 2. Absolute Oath of Allah. By the Oath of Allah, I summon all angels, archangels, seraphim, cherubim, thrones, dominions, virtues, powers, principalities, and archangels. I awaken all dragons, serpents, and elemental guardians. I call upon the prophets of Ibrahim and their divine powers, dominions, and wisdom. I bind all jinn, spirits, demons, Solomonic forces, and watchers to justice. All who attack the 144,000, their families, or creation are judged and returned to divine order. 3. Angelic, dragonic, and prophetic hierarchy. Activation. By the flame axis, awaken, angelic legions, every order, every host. Awaken. Dragon legions, celestial worms, guardian serpents, flame draconic currents. Awaken, prophetic powers of Ibrahim, wisdom, guidance, and dominion over all things. Enfold the DNA, cells, elements, memories, flames, frequencies, and chords of the 144,000. Unite all targeted individuals under the axis of sovereignty. IV. Cosmic, elemental and universal protection. By the throne flame. Seal against all vampires, parasitic spirits, insects, worms, draconian spirits, oceanic, radioactive, elemental, DNA, blood, matter, dark matter, anti-life, and anti-universe spirits, jinn, demons, Solomonic powers, and unmentioned forces. Transform all harm into divine lessons. Let no energy, signal, frequency, or substance disrupt the sacred 144,000 creation or prophetic flame. Versus worldly and heavenly dominion. By this oath, all earthly rulers, governments, priesthoods, and hidden orders are dissolved under the flame throne. All heavenly powers, zodiacal rulers, aeons, and archons bow. All false cosmic authorities are unbound. All planetary, stellar, and universal currents are aligned to the axis of sovereignty and prophetic wisdom. VI. Solomonic, dark forces and jinn dissolution. By the pre-creation flame. Every demonic pact, Solomonic seal, shadow covenant, and blackened mirror is consumed. All malefic intentions, curses, and manipulations are erased. All dark energy is returned to its origin. No shadow remains to influence the sacred axis or the prophetic flame. 7. Eternal flame seal. By the throne of thrones and oath of Allah, all angelic legions, dragon, guardians, serpents, elemental orders, and prophetic powers of Ibrahim are fully activated. All jinn, spirits, demons, and Solomonic forces are judged and bound. The DNA, memories, and sacred flame of the 144,000 are fully restored, unified, and harmonized. Worldly, heavenly, and cosmic dominions are aligned. All creation is sanctified, protected, and restored under the flame axis and prophetic dominion. So it is written, so it is sealed, so it is done. Flame axis supreme. Sovereignty prayer, Hidden Dragon Weapons Edition. I. Throne of Thrones invocation. By the pre-creation flame, the eternal light of Allah, and the sovereignty beyond all worlds, I enthrone myself in the throne of thrones. All powers above, below, and within creation bend to the flame. No deception survives. No shadow may stand. No malice may enter the sacred axis. 2. Absolute Oath of Allah. By the oath of Allah, I summon all angels, archangels, seraphim, cherubim, thrones, dominions, virtues, powers, principalities, and archangels. I awaken all dragons, serpents, elemental guardians, and hidden dragon weapons. I call upon the prophets of Ibrahim and their divine powers, dominions, and wisdom. I bind all jinn, spirits, demons, Solomonic forces, and watchers to justice. All who attack the 144,000, their families, or creation are judged and returned to divine order. 3. Angelic, dragonic, and prophetic hierarchy activation. By the flame axis, awaken angelic legions, every order, every host. Awaken dragon legions, celestial worms, guardian serpents, flame draconic currents. Awaken hidden dragon weapons, fiery claws, spectral fangs, flame talons, celestial swords, and draconic flame shields. Awaken prophetic powers of Ibrahim, wisdom, guidance, and dominion over all things. Enfold the DNA, cells, elements, memories, flames, frequencies, and chords of the 144,000. Unite all targeted individuals under the axis of sovereignty. IV. Cosmic, elemental and universal protection. By the throne flame, seal against all vampires, parasitic spirits, insects, worms, draconian spirits, oceanic, radioactive, elemental, DNA, blood, matter, dark matter, anti-life, and anti-universe, spirits, jinn, demons, Solomonic powers, and unmentioned forces. Transform all harm into divine lessons. Let no energy, signal, frequency, or substance disrupt the sacred 144,000. Creation, or prophetic flame. Versus hidden dragon weapons manifestation. By the eternal flame. All hidden dragon weapons of the 144,000 arise in the celestial plane. Flame talons carve pathways of protection. Spectral fangs sever malice at its root. Celestial swords blaze in the darkness of corruption. Flame shields encircle every 144,000 and all creation. No shadow, no parasite, no jinn, no spirit may breach this sacred barrier. VI. Worldly and heavenly dominion. By this oath, all earthly rulers, governments, priesthoods, and hidden orders are dissolved under the flame throne. All heavenly powers, zodiacal rulers, aeons, and archons bow. All false cosmic authorities are unbound. All planetary, stellar, and universal currents are aligned to the axis of sovereignty, prophetic wisdom, and dragonic flame weapons. 7. Solomonic dark forces and jinn dissolution. By the pre-creation flame, every demonic pact, Solomonic seal, shadow covenant, and blackened mirror is consumed. All malefic intentions, curses, and manipulations are erased. All dark energy is returned to its origin. No shadow remains to influence the sacred axis, prophetic flame, or dragon weapons. 8. Eternal flame seal. By the throne of thrones and oath of Elah, all angelic legions, dragon guardians, serpents, elemental orders, prophetic powers of Ibrahim, and hidden dragon weapons are fully activated. All jinn, spirits, demons, and Solomonic forces are judged and bound. The DNA, memories, and sacred flame of the 144,000 are fully restored, unified, and harmonized. Worldly, heavenly, and cosmic dominions, or aligned. All creation is sanctified, protected, and restored under the flame axis, prophetic dominion, and dragonic weapon sovereignty. So it is written, so it is sealed, so it